Hey guys, when'd y'all get here? I didn't know y'all were here. Well, today we've got a great project. Today we're going to go ahead and we're going to build some stair treads. This is a project that I have been putting off for a while. Now, the nice thing about this is a tree that died here on the place. We cut it down, we took it to a sawmill, had it sawed up. So now I've been waiting for about a year and a half. We're going to build some treads. So this is some nice wide 12-inch stuff. I don't know if you've priced stair treads or anything like that. To go to your big box stores, I'll tell you what, you talking about a premium price. That's some big money stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to make our own big money stuff cheap. So let's get after it. It's going to be a fun project. I'm looking forward to this one. All right, let's get it going. Well, this is our stack of lumber we've got. I tell you what, there's a lot of oak. But all this oak came off the place here. So anyways, we got to dig it out. That's going to take a second. But first thing we got to do, I guess we got to move some equipment. I tell you what, I got a pile of lumber back here, boy. Oh my gracious. Look at the beasts these things are. That's some lumber right there. I saw a picture the other day. A buddy of mine that was cutting some timber down, and he had them all stacked up nice and neat, and then he had them strapped. I tell you, I think I know why now. I tell you what, this stuff warped. I think we can take most of it out when we do the planing and all that, but boy, this warped a lot more than I ever would have thought it would have. That's pretty interesting. If you guys know of why or what I did wrong, I'd like to know. I stuck it up here and put them on sticks and just let it sit for the last couple of years. But I tell you what, after looking at this, I'm not sure. This is going to be there's going to be some planing going on here. I mean, some planing. Planing. Taxi, anybody, airlift, anybody get me off here? I'd appreciate it. I just wanted to kind of give you all an idea of how big this lumber is that we're dealing with right now. So this is 5 1/4 rough sawn red oak. And this is how big these slabs are that we're dealing with. So this step, we're cutting them 10 1/2 with the hangover. I'm not doing a whole lot of hangover, just a little bit. But this lumber, when it's coming out, it is 13 inches. You talking about a slab of wood now. This rascal is a slab of wood. Okay, something I was sitting here doing this a second ago, and I thought, you know, this is something someone might not know. The reason you keep your saw blades, whenever you adjust these things, always just keep them to the very bare. You do not want these things raised all the way up. That is a good, so if you ever do get cut or anything like that, all you're going to have exposure is just to the saw blade. So that's something you always need to think about, especially on this rough sawn stuff where it's so uneven. I mean, this thing bucks and kicks. It's just amazing how hard it is to work because there's no even spots, so it's all the time going up and down and work until I get it worked out. I mean, it is just crooked. And so anyways, these things, so you always want to make sure you keep your saw blades just barely above the wood. Don't ever raise these things all the way up, because just in case you ever have a slip or something like that, it'll take a finger off in a heartbeat. So just something to easily just remember. That's just one of those little quick little things you need to think about every once in a while. Well, you can see I got everything cut. Boy, I tell you what, though, what's interesting about all this is look at this. This is what's very fascinating about this. Look at all the cupping. Look right here. I mean, you can see that down through here. Right there's one. Now, this stuff has been stacked up for 2 years, and it's amazing. I mean, literally amazing how warped this stuff is. I think it's this is called 5 1/4. So it's a pretty thick, it's a thick wood. So I think I can plane it down and get it all straightened out, but it's amazing. I just was really taken back by how warped the wood is. Okay, there. That is the process to doing all this. So, but now look, this side is pretty well, I got it all the way sanded or planed down. This side, I started just doing what I had to get them flat because that's the underneath. And so anyways, that's got a good flat spot now. So that's how I've been doing it now. I was planing them all down, but I finally decided I didn't have to go to that much trouble. Well, I tell you what, if you ever got on a project, got started, you think, my gracious, what in the world am I doing? I'm thinking right now that we should have just bought the silly wood. This has been a project. Well, it's turning out nice, but my gracious, it's a project. I have spent the hours on this thing, trying to get this thing going the way it needs to go, but it's getting there. Then I go look at it at Lowe's, think, my goodness, I couldn't afford that wood if I wanted to. But okay, so what we're doing right here is I've got to come across, I need a tape measure here. This board right here has got to fit in between this joist and this staircase right here. So what we're going to do is we're bringing everything across right here to this. So we're going to get that measurement. So we're just call it 2.5. All right. Let's mark that. Okay. And then from the back, now we got to also put this. So what this is right here, this is basically our stop, so our kick plate that I've got right here for that. So I just got a small one right here, so we can put that into place. And we'll put that 6 1/4. That's right, 6 1/4 right there. So that. Fighting me all the way, boys and girls. That thing is fighting me. Okay, let's see. All right. Well, finally. Is in there tight. Okay. Okay. All right, now this cut that you're seeing right here, I did make a boo-boo right there, but we'll hide that. But this right here, we've got another board that's going to come up and underneath it, and basically another piece of trim board that's going to come up. So that rough cut right there, you'll never see it. So we got to come in and make a cut, come back down and tie all that together when we get to that point. But I think that looks pretty good. Ah, that dude's tight. All right. All right, what I'm going to show you is a trick. So this is a trick that they use on hay bales. I learned this out in Oklahoma when I was doing hay bales. So what you do, prop this up a little bit like that, put your board in. This is how you tie hay bales in together. Just if you're curious where that analogy goes, you get your hay bales, you put one up high, put one like that. Get that where I want it. All right, now we'll wedge that down. So there you go. That's pretty doggone good. All right. Well, there's our step. Come back, put the next step there. That looks good. I'll tell you what, we're slowly getting there. Another month, we'll have it there. You see, this is starting to come together. We got this front ledge going down through here. We got this. So what I'm going to do on this, I'm going to actually build it, and I'm going to stain it after I get it built. I've thought about this a couple different ways, but this is so, I'm going to make this pretty, or as nice as I can make it anyways. It may not be as professional as some people, but I'm going to make it as nice as I possibly can. So instead of sitting here pulling it all apart and then putting it back together, I'm actually going, because I've already got some of this stuff done on there. And I thought, heck, I'm just gonna go ahead and build everything and get it all done where it looks nice, and then I'm gonna stain it as I go. So basically, I'm not gonna be able to get it all done anyways, so I'm just gonna build it and stain it and just piecemeal it together as I go. So it's gonna be lots of, because it's gonna take me a while to get all this done. This is not gonna be a quick deal for me. I hope I have it done, you know, in the next couple of weeks, but yeah, who knows? It may take me all summer. Sometimes my projects get a little slow. Hopefully we'll get slow. Hopefully we get busy. We can go do some fun projects. That would be nice. Okay, well, you can tell this is homemade. So we're putting in the hardwood flooring, and you're gonna see that I had to trim this out. We were out about a ½ an inch. I'm not sure why we were out ½ inch, but I have my suspicions. It's right here. See, look at this. I just saw it. I don't know if you could tell in the camera, but I think that right there is my problem. I think the board warped from when we did this. So anyways, so I cut this board down a little bit. Get that in here. So all I did basically is it's out about a ½ inch. I don't know if you can really tell in the camera or not, but basically I'm going to get this squared up where everything will fit. So, all right, let's get this going. So what I've got is the female going into the tongue and going like that. Everything looks like it's gonna fit good. I'm nail this and glue it and figure out how to get that tight in there, tight. Shoot, let's do one more, just see what it looks like. Oh, hang on, gotta go this way. Tell you what, I think this is gonna look good. Oh Lord, yes, look at that. Look at that. Wow, that's quick. Look at this. There we go. Now, you can kind of see where that board's at, but it's actually up there is what the problem is. But now if that got a square coming across, I'm gonna nail it. I believe we're gonna nail that sucker. Okay, here we go. Now, this is a big secret, but something you want to definitely do. The tongue on this is female and male. You want to use this when you tap it. So let me show you. So always use a board like this so you don't mess up your tongue. All right, what I'm using right now is a 40 grit on my sander. All right, here we go. What do you think about the glove?
Great tool.
You love the tool?
I love the tool.
Well, all right, well, I'm just putting the finishing touches on the sealer. I've got 2 coats on it now, and everything's starting to come together. So we're gonna let this dry. Tomorrow, we will commence on cutting the rest of these pieces. I got a few more pieces right here I gotta deal with, and I got a couple of little boards I gotta cut. It's turning out sharp. Let me show you what we got done so far. That's what the steps look like. And that looks sharp. Tell you what, I'm tickled pink.
Hey guys, we finally got the project done. I sure appreciate you guys coming along. I hope you all enjoyed it as much as I did. If you have any questions or anything, or if you decide you want to tackle something like this, it's a fun project. Just prepare for the mess. It's amazing how many shavings we made. That is the one part that I was not expecting. I mean, I planed. We could have made a 40-hour video of me planing. So I'll just take my word, it was a lot of planing, and you guys don't have to sit here and watch it. So, all right, thanks. If you guys would like, subscribe, I sure would appreciate it. Y'all have a good one.